if in fact Coffee Cat is free to do the doodles,
I do all the
then
doodles.
send a commission request over to Coffee and get your D&D character made, or it doesn't even have to be D&D.
It could be anything.
Yeah, it could be. You've been working on some vampire stuff. And
Speaking of Coffee's art, I am currently working on the coloring contest.
Yes, I have a coloring challenge posted on my Discord, so you guys should check that out too.
Well, let's give you a shout out then.
If you want a link to my Discord, you can just go to coffeecatpresents.com, because that's where all my socials are.
And you all have seen Coffee's work featured all over this channel with emotes.
Oh, yes.
Of course, the lobby art. And
I do plenty of that.
And you saw a lot in that opening slideshow too. So
Yeah.
I'm a very happy person to receive such wonderful work here from you, and you will continue to receive my patronage.
I appreciate it, Maddie. You have no idea.
Well, I'm glad, and I will say as well, while the things that you have seen have been very much in line with our, with the channel's presentation of, keeping things PG-13.
Bane seems to think that you're social distancing from your mic.
Really? Oh, that's. I moved it closer, and here, let me see if the gain needs to be turned up. But is that any better, Bane? Hopefully it is. But yes, please ask Coffee for only slightly. All right, well, if I need to turn it up more, I think I can. I get a little bit more. You can
probably turn it up more on OBS, because that might be where the volume issue is coming from.
It is, the slider's maxed out on OBS,
so
I can try and a bit better, but still, test, hello. I am now.
It's coming through loud and clear for us.
Okay.
Yeah, you're coming in loud and clear for us.
Well, hopefully it's not getting garbled through slobs to everyone then. But I when I'm talking normally, I'm actually getting into the red.
Is maybe your background music too high?
Background music's only getting up to about halfway up the green bar. Loud and clear, says Bane. Okay. So, all right. So, shout-outs to Coffee Cat Presents. Go get you some commissions. And also, with that coloring contest or event, I'm sure we can find the rules there on your Discord. Is this is a fun thing to do to celebrate your Chaniversary in February. Were you giving out a prize or something with that too, or is this just a fun event?
That's kind of to be announced, because I haven't really decided what it is I would give away. It's just for funsies for now. There's no rules really at all, but it's just, take the image off of the Discord, because it's on my Discord. Take the image off the Discord, color it however you like, and then post it back into the same thread, because why not?
I shall be doing. I'll definitely be participating in that too. So,
let me know if it is paint friendly, because I didn't actually have a chance to test that.
That's fine. I have plenty of experience.
The anti-aliasing on it might be a little wonky.
Yeah, I have.
It's in a 12 by 18 scale, 300 DPI, so it might be fairly large. So the anti-aliasing might not be a huge issue, but I could probably clear that up a little bit if you need me to.
Yeah, I'll let you know if I go and paint someone's hand and then it leaks into the background. I'll show you.
I will say for me, I'm challenging myself to only use one brush. So no fill tool. I'm only using a watercolor brush.
Ooh.
So I cannot tell you if it's paint friendly.
Well, I mean, MS Paint.
I know.
Right.
But bonus
you're
points.
Actually using something like Photoshop, yeah.
Bonus points to you, Dark Wolf, you're pandering to coffee using watercolor. So,
Yes.
and as we clearly know, pandering always works. So,
Please. Yes. The only image up there right now is an image of the Seneschal and Prince of Jackson from War in the Soul City, the BTM show that I do. So, yeah. If you want a link to my Discord, it's on my website, coffeecatpresents.com.
Yeah, also, if you all check out our BTTV emotes, Coffee did a fair amount of these as well. And if you want to use these, BTTV is that's a subscription I pay for so that you all can use them for free in chat. So, you know, if you're cheering on Coffee, who's playing Mordecai, you type in T Mordecai because you're on Team Mordecai. He'll give you a fun little wink and go from there. Or if you like him in his final form, we have FF Mordecai as well. So have fun with it. There's channel mascots, Tuesday characters, and all sorts of other.
Mordecai, if you'd like to see him cry, like I do.
Yeah. And yes, if you want to see Mordecai cry, we have an emote because that is a thing that happens. Poor tortured soul.
Yes. I have an emote from my channel for Coffee Cry. Coffee cries in his own games too. I cry in my own games that I run. God damn.
Is your camera on? Do I need to reset on my end or?
You might because okay. I'm not getting anybody.
Oh, all right. I'm seeing Dark Wolf and Lethality.
So because I don't see you.
I will reconnect just in case.
Boo.
Lethality, do you see Coffee?
Let me.
I do not see Lethality.
Oh boy.
I did, but I do not anymore.
Oh.
How about now?
I do not see you.
I see no one.
I see you, Lethality, after I reconnected and lost everyone. So.
Hey.
Oh, is this a Dark Wolf show? Yeah. Yeah, there we go. I have a Dark Wolf and I have a Lethality complex.
Okay, I think Coffee Cat needs to reset.
Oh.
I'm exiting and going back in. So.
It's Tuesday, everyone.
It might just be like the WebRTC being a brat, which is fine. I've kind of learned to deal with WebRTC not being great by virtue of the group calling software that I use at work.
I will give a shout out to Dark Wolf as well, because she has taken over my channel, and this is the final week for that takeover. As I'll be piloting the channel starting on Tuesday, as we're going to celebrate the anniversary week. Yes.
Maddie, have you uploaded all the Chroma Company episodes?
I have not.
You're not going to do that.
I know. I'm very sorry.
I'm not going to your channel back. I will stream next week.
No.
Dark Wolf is going to hold your channel hostage.
Yeah. Well, Bane's in on your camp, Dark Wolf. But at some point as well. Hang on. It's an official stream now. I don't have a cat on my camera, given the cat butt, but we do have cat butt on the channel here.
I am the only one who can't provide cat butt. I mean, I can provide anti-gravity racing, but I can't provide cat butt.
But at some point in time, Dark Wolf will be getting, I guess, her channel back, as she has the rig and the setup for it, and we'll be doing whatever content she wants to do, role-playing games.
Eventually, I will have the time to use my own channel.
Yes. And then I will give a shout out here to Lethality Complex, who does have his own channel, and also you might see him with the Gathering of Nerds as well. And I don't know if you have any particular plans, but just as
I do have plans. I have a number of plans.
Whether or not you have time for them, that's the other question, isn't it?
I mean, look, some of them start with me punching something. Some of them start with me running around as a bunny lady, and some of them start with some of them start with anti-gravity racing.
Some of them start with Guilty Gear Strive.
Oh yes, no, some of them do start with Guilty Gear Strive, but some of them also start with Blood's Blue Centrifusion.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, watch me try and fail to play Susanoo.
All right. Well, this is who we have. We might have a fluffy sheep. We might not, as he is teetering on the brink here. Apparently with some side effects from the poke. So we shall see.
Rough sometimes.
If we ever need a kind of snarky but also cute gnome, I'm sure we can invoke her in some way for an opportunistic comment or a backhanded compliment or some kind of
or to be just incredibly cute.
Yeah. But also has
she's
plans.
Adorable.
All right, so let's take us in here where we had last left off. You were in town. You were we had some not necessarily side quests, but you had downtime. Yeah, downtime is probably better because you were resting. You were increasing your social links. You were re-equipping yourselves with things and stuff, which included also. Did we finalize Loki for equipment?
No. I think we were gonna go with trying to purchase the Oathbow and.
Yeah, because there's a budgetary constraint there.
Yes, because we're nearly out of money.
We need more money.
It was the Oathbow and the. I think it was Braces of Archery. Offhand. Let me just find my notes.
Those kids don't need that land.
Yeah, because we're down to 7,000 gold.
And the braces were going to be quite expensive, if I remember correctly.
The Oathbow was going to be pretty expensive too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but not so expensive, like because very rare.
It was going to be 15,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we had more or less finalized what it is that we were getting for him. Did you mark it on the sheet?
I didn't mark it on a sheet yet because we hadn't officially purchased them. But I think it was we were getting the Bracers of Archery and the Oathbow. There were the Singing Stones and the Mantle Spell Resistance I also wanted to get. The Mantle Spell Resisting being like, I only wanted it for aesthetics, so it's not really necessary. Yeah, the Sending Stones would be useful because NORALLIE and Loki cannot cast Sending.
Yeah, I think
Sending Stones don't require you the ability to cast Sending.
They speak between each other.
That's why she wants them. It's because Loki and Loki and NORALLIE don't have Sending, so that they can talk to each other.
That's where I misheard. Okay, never mind.
Or like we give one to you guys, so we can message you guys. I can message from like 300 feet away, but if you guys are further away than that, I can't contact you.
Just remember, data rates may apply.
Standard text message rates may apply.
See, that's why if you can cast this spell, it's like the unlimited plan. You don't have to worry about it, but
you still have a data cap.
But fortunately, sending stones are priced so that the average commoner can pay them off over the course of a 2-year contract.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
So for any of you out there in the audience, it's you're like, oh, sending stones are all these cool magic items, and then you look at what are these things that we have? These are. Or I was in a Vampire the Masquerade game where someone was running an elder, and he referred to phones as correspondence wands. So it's which is dipping a toe from vampire into mage. So speaking of plans and technology, lethality of the technocracy here. But
Bane feels personally attacked.
Well, yeah, that's true. Also, someone in communications there. All right, so you're going to resolve whatever you need to in town, as you are still here. There was of Bright, the last that we had talked about. She was doing a little bit of experimenting in the traditional sort of poking the bear of Gaspard here, and if not pulling a prank, at least observing him. And she also took an interest in these more emotive khyburners. And so until you all decide to do something as a group, I'm going to consider her continuing these experiments off on the side to observe the emotive ones and just oversee the continued construction of the orphanarium. And if you need her, you can call on her too. I mean, she's...
Of course.
She's around. She's underfoot.
Haha. Short gnome joke.
Boom.
I gotta get him in while I can. We're getting, it's 5 minutes to midnight kind of a situation here, so...
It's getting spicy.
Yeah. It is just a little bit after the height of summer. We're a couple days out now from the summer solstice. It is, it'll continue to get warm as summer rolls on, but then it's going to quickly cool off. So you have a couple months to do whatever you're going to do before this, perhaps final winter is going to settle in and is going to be pretty bad, especially because, as you've learned, the towers that were meant to provide heat to these cities, especially for the transplanted Shadahari, are not functioning, or at least not as strongly or as they're supposed to. Mm-hmm. And so that is an issue, mixed in with the fact that somewhere out there is Mercury, who has Tam, Kazimir's 5-headed dragon girlfriend. They're out there somewhere. The Sky Shatter Leviathan is continuing to do its... I mean, you know where it is. It's just, a nigh insurmountable obstacle right now. That itself is blocking access to Shonuroth. So, plate's a little full. Or, I don't know, you have an airship. You could just say, see ya. And there's the sunset. You're welcome to fly off into it and discover some unknown land and, get out of here.
A lot of good that'll do if the whole world freezes over.
You just go a little bit more equatorial and it'll hold it off longer. But but then again, what's an equator? No one's really had to worry about that sort of stuff here. So yes, you are here. You are in Oldport. The orphanarium is continuing to do what it does. NORALLIE had a meeting with Hiron, and so that and an introduction of Loki as well. Loki is with you all if you need him to do anything. But yeah, here we go. what do from here?
Well, we should find Mercury. That's a big thing to check off the list. Where do we find her? That's the question. Kazimir didn't seem to know, did he?
Well, Kazimir specifically said that she wasn't in hell because he would know if she was in hell. So we don't need to look there.
Yeah,
we could see if she's near one of the towers, but I don't think she'd be inside it, because if she went inside the tower, she should be in hell, and then if she's in hell, Kazimir would know, and then he'd tell us.
Mm-hmm. And we've kind of traveled around the island to these towers here in Mesomask, at least, to see if there was any sign that it was flaring up or anything, and we didn't see anything.
Did Bright attempt to scry on
her? Yes, it had no. There was no finding of the target.
Okay.
Either she's not here or she can't be targeted, like some of the things.
Yeah.
That seems to be a really common occurrence these days.
Yeah, just people don't like being spied on, you know?
That's valid, I suppose. How can we provoke her to come find us?
Ooh.
Because that seems like the more logical option.
I mean...
We don't even know how vast the world is. She could be anywhere.
Yeah...
So if she's not at the volcano, which is a lot of fire, where else in the world would have that kind of fiery energy or essence?
A different volcano.
Do I know of any other volcanoes?
In
the region, at least?
No, there's just the one that is it's still very it's very angy. It hasn't had like a full eruption, but it is still rumbly.
Still cooking.
But that's the only one that you were aware of.
Could always go back there. Seems like we only just got back here, though. So, I don't...
Well, we kind of needed to come back here and, get Loki, some important tips and for me to, see Hiran and other important things. So this is totally why we came out here. Totally didn't just come here for me.
Right.
Oh, and to check on the orphanage, because that's important. Got to check on that.
Right, exactly.
And
you're a businesswoman now.
Yes. And I had a dream that Mercury was in the orphanage, so it was also a good thing we came and peeked in. We should order some flowers, by the way, for that room, because it's kind of dark and drab, and I don't like that. Flowers.
I'm sure there's a florist around here somewhere.
Yes. Maybe get some brighter lights in there. Maybe a skylight.
Ooh.
Right.
I like that idea.
Reflection rooms don't need to be dark and brooding. No. You can brood anywhere. I
mean, that's what the temples are for, right?
Yeah.
Oh dear, that's a phrase.
Now, while they're not while they're not exactly at your at your beck and call, for immediate use or disposal, you do have Cypher, Seltur, and DJ as consultants, not just taxi drivers, or as people who might have skills, abilities, magics, or just knowledge to
go poke their brains about something.
Yeah, because DJ is, I mean, among many things, he's not just a minotaur, not just a bard, but he's proven himself to be someone who steeps himself in lore as an artifact collector, as someone who's an information collector, because he's the one Seltur sends out into the world because she can't herself. And so he, despite sticking out pretty well wherever he goes, unless there's magic involved, which there may be, he's very good at collecting information, word on the street, or, just getting info in general. So don't forget about the Repentless and its crew.
In that case, it might be a good idea to stop by the Repentless. See what they might know about local incidents of a fiery nature. More than just, tieflings.
Well, it's still there. It's it is parked right against Gaspard's airship dock, which, if you remember, he himself also made a bit of a sideways comment about you all just pulling up and just occupying his dock, no fees, no schedule or anything, and just there's this tremendous ship just there. Not that he's kicking you out, but you get that kind of gnomish inflection to the to the comment. All right, well, is that I think the only pending business was you, NORALLIE, the silver, like the ornaments that you had that you were getting,
the horn tips.
Yeah. That's what I said. The horn ornaments. Those were being, I believe, the finishing touches were being put on by Hiran. So Loki doesn't have them yet. I mean, if you got to get out of there, like, I don't know if he needs them, but they're really cool looking. So I guess that would be the only thing that is keeping you here, or with any sort of outstanding business.
I'm pretty sure he said he'd have it done in the morning.
Yeah. It just he just needed a day, because he had the basic shape, but he had to take your brother's measurements and put a little custom work, because that was a gift to him for the occasion of your relationship, as a bridge of goodwill. And I forget, was he also getting was he getting just a cap to his broken horn, or was that like a prosthetic tip as well?
I think just a cap.
Okay.
Yeah, because a full prosthesis was going to be expensive.
Okay. Yep. So yeah,
that's doesn't quite matter.
Besides whatever research Bright is doing just by observing the khyburners, the only thing keeping you here would be, I mean, this is where NORALLIE's boyfriend is, and there's the outstanding gift to be received. So who wants to do what? You have your day here ahead of you. It's kind of overcast. It's not quite as dreary as what our background picture shows, but it is an overcast day. It is very warm, very humid. It is summertime.
Comparatively.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's not as hot as other summers have been, but especially with the humidity, it's just uncomfortable.
Mordecai is going to go to the Repentless and go talk to Seltur, Cypher, and DJ.
DJ. All right.
Yeah, all three of them kind of together, I guess, to see what he can find out about instances that might lead us to Mercury.
Okay. Selene, what do you want to do?
I think that's going to be a very interesting situation that I might want to follow. I might follow along with that, actually.
Okay. Then do you want
real
Bright
quick.
with you, or do you want her to stay at the orphanarium and just do what she does?
I think Bright knowing this information might be useful.
Yeah, so I think that she'd want to be present, I think.
Okay. Norallie and Loki.
Well, we're gonna go shopping. Shopping, aka pick up the horn tips. I mean, if you guys want to wait, it's gonna be a quick in and out, and then we can go with you to the Repentless.
Either way,
But
we can
also,
be there.
has any of us tried like sending to Mercury? I know that probably it's not the best idea, but we might be able to locate her or taunt her or something.
I mean, a scrying didn't land, so I.
Yeah, but
We
this
We also
isn't
ran into the same
texting.
issue when we would try to scry on and send to Tiba, for instance.
Well, we still don't know if Tib is alive or not.
No, and if it
But
doesn't
Mercury, we
land,
know it is alive.
well, but yeah,
So, like, if
whatever
if we wanted
constitutes
to
for alive
maybe,
for a demon, devil thing.
I don't know. But if we wanted to maybe draw her out, maybe we could just say something to her that maybe pisses her off, or that makes her think that we're not going to attack her, but we're going to attack her. We could trick her.
Whenever
Or-
we're ready to launch that kind of
Yeah, it's just a
assault on her
suggestion.
senses, for instance,
Is like
Then
maybe
we
we
can-
could do that instead
we're
of looking
probably
for
going to
her.
want to plan for that.
Yeah,
Kind of
this
be
is part
ready
of
before we shoot off,
Yes.
insults.
this is part of the plan, though. Like that, once we're ready, we can do that to try to bring her to us instead of us like going around looking for all fiery places we can think of.
I was never good at insults, if I'm honest.
Oh, Bright's
I mean,
good at
we-
insults, though.
I mean, we could also just go ahead and requisition Cypher to shoot a massive laser at her or something.
We could do that too.
I'm sure he has the ability to do such a thing, and I
But we
don't
have
think
to
Zelda
we
would
have to know
mind.
where we're pointing the laser.
Well,
Yeah,
yes.
that usually helps instead of firing blind.
Well, yes.
So if you guys want to wait like 30 minutes, we'll go pick up the horn tips. I'll say goodbye to Huron. Plus we have to drop off Yuri because I'm not taking Yuri into dangerous situations anymore.
She's learning. Look, Norallie, I get that you like to keep pets, and it's adorable, really it is. But yes, taking them into battlefields is not a good idea. I've
To be
maintained
fair,
this
I
from the
never
beginning.
intended to take him into battlefields. We just always ended up getting into trouble while he was on my person.
You were hanging around with us. I'm sure after the first couple of times you would have realized what the patenting was.
Yes, it's you guys. It's always. I never got in any fights before I met you guys.
No, because you would run away from them.
Exactly.
Now Loki's going to inhale, hold a finger up, and start a well. Actually, my question is, Norallie, is this going to invoke a quick step on his toes to make him shut up before anything happens, or?
No, I've never been in a fight, and he knows that. Because usually he would do the fighting for me. He's the big brother. It's his job.
It's valid.
And
Big
Loki
Brother's
doesn't.
supposed to do that.
Loki doesn't contest that.
Oh dear.
I took the heat for a lot of things that happened. I guess that's why I wanted to step up, and I did what I did, and I thought I had a good reason. Guess it turns out I bit off a little bit more than I could chew.
We all do that from time to time. We live and we learn.
Like 30 minutes. I mean, if you guys wanna come to the store with us.
I think Kieran's already intimidated by me enough.
I mean, you don't have to go in and intimidate. You can be friendly with them.
Oh, I'm very friendly. I can be very charming, Norallie. I can be incredibly charming.
I mean, you can, but the few times you've seen Kieran, I mean, other than the wedding because you were too busy to talk to him, you've been quite hostile.
Not hostile. I've been very nice.
I'm sure that's what it is. Same with you, Loki. You've only met him once.
Hey, I like the guy. He seems all right. You're happy with him. If he's making you happy, as long as he doesn't, as long as he doesn't hurt your feelings, I'm fine with it. He's given me a really neat gift. I think he recognizes that he doesn't want to make me upset, right? Just like Mordecai there.
Okay. Anyways, let's go shopping.
Yeah, nobody hurts the feelings of Norallie, or any of the people that I care about, for that matter. Because I take extreme exception to that.
Then, did you want to wait around in the shopping district while the horns are finished up and fitted, or do you want them to meet you at the airship dock? I mean, you could already be on the Repentless by that point.
I think Norallie has a point. We should all go together.
Okay.
I
Just
mean, we are kind of planning on finding and attempting to beat up a lot of hell, so...
Okay. So you make your way through town, and... Oh, there's old Loki. Get out of here. Delete.
I cast delete.
So you
It's super effective.
You make your way through. It is the day is quite busy. There are people out and about. Normal city stuff. The distant sounds of police. Stop right there, whistles. The traffic of people walking up and down the sidewalks, or people with carts and horses and other things that are just using the roads to transport each other or goods and up and down and all around. The sun is still illuminating the gray sky, though it does have that humidity. And unfortunately, Norallie, while you can block rain, humidity is something that you can't shield yourself from. So you could try for sure. It brings up an interesting magical quandary of when does magic recognize humidity as rain. You pass through the city. There's all kinds of you do have Bright with you, so. Selene, I need you to make a perception check, please.
Oh, no, perception? Perception's a thing that I'm good at. I should be able to do this, probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
And did I? Hold on, I just need to check something really quickly. Oh yeah, and the Sentinel Shield. Yeah, so sorry, I have advantage on that. That'll be a 30.
Oh my. Oh yeah, you have that's right. You have the
Sentinel Shield.
Gives
me advantage on initiative and perception checks.
All right.
And that's all it does. Aside from being just a shield.
All right, I would like you to make an insight now.
Now that I'm just generally good at. 24.
All right. As you're walking towards the mercantile district here, you feel... Did someone just grab your butt? And I don't know if there's like either a shock or like a... I don't... As a compliment, like, yeah, of course I got a good one. But you... It's more than that, as it wasn't just a deliberate goosing. It was someone tried to pick a presumed pocket that you had. Finding no pocket, or rather, I mean, you don't carry money on you as far as I know. It just kind of passed off as, you got a little, you got a little good game going on. As there's a lot of people that were that are passing on the sidewalks. Someone tried to go for your wallet, and finding that you didn't have one, well,
decided to fill me up instead.
Just pass it off as just a random grope or something.
But Mordecai does not do that in public very often.
But someone for sure, like your feeling is that you were the target of an attempted pickpocketing.
Okay. I would like to look in the direction of that person. Are they gone, or can I still see them?
You see a lot of people on the sidewalk. It's a very busy time, so whoever did it, I'm sure you can see. You just don't know who in the crowd it is that would have done that.
Okay. No, there's not really a lot that I can do about that. Although I'll make sure to check, just to be sure that nothing was taken.
I mean, unless like you had a favorite like ball of lint in that pocket, that's no longer there.
Nah.
Yeah.
That one string you need for a component.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I guess it's more unfortunate for the would-be thief here that you don't really carry money.
Something wrong?
Someone just attempted to pickpocket me.
Wasn't me.
Bastards.
Why? Noralie, why would you feel the need to say that?
I just do.
Because she's been a pickpocket before.
Does someone have a guilty conscience, Noralie?
No.
Selene looks at her like,
I'm just being honest. It wasn't me.
Now, you know it's not good. It's not good to lie to a woman of the cloth.
Who said I was lying? I did not steal anything today.
Loki will look at you, Selene, and tell you, it's a bit of a habit. I don't know if you've picked up on it, but Noralie, when she's in a sense of excitement, can end up talking a lot and say a lot of things that she shouldn't say.
Yes, I have noticed that over the years, the literal years.
Oh, that's right. It's been, you've known her for years.
Well,
Sorry,
technically,
it's
two
kind
of
of
those
a...
years just kind of skipped.
I mean,
and half
I've known her.
Half of that, and then half in another year we just didn't see her. So, like, I've probably known Bright the longest. I've spent the most time with her.
Well, yes, you did spend a lot of time while we were away, and then of course, like whilst in the desert, and I mean,
In all
God.
technicality, Bright's my best friend in the group.
Hell.
Don't remind me about the desert, Jesus.
Oh, I'll take the desert. I'll take the desert over hell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
guys
about
went to
it.
the desert, and then me and Bright went to Mask Forums, and like
Sam just
Bright
sucks.
was a
Yes, it's
Bright
coarse
became
and
a
it's rough,
detective
it gets
for a bit.
everywhere.
Yes, exactly, Selene. Exactly.
Bright pipes up and says something like, "Well, technically, I've known all of you the longest because I've known all of you for 10,000 years. I didn't forget
yes,
you or anything."
Yes, because you spent 10,000 years in hell.
Time was wibbly wobbly down there.
Yeah. Well,
It's not an experience I want to relive. No.
I don't think I was alive for it in the traditional sense. But
I mean,
anyway,
technically, I wasn't either. You know, vampire and
Now-
all.
yeah, but how do I describe that? It's weird. You weren't alive, but you were alive. I wonder if there's a concept to talk about how we have living and dead and undead. Is there like time, no time, and untime?
Yes.
Because I think I was untimed for a while. You might have been
Yes.
undead, but you were timed. I was untimed.
I agree with this
Yeah.
statement.
Untimed.
We were untimed
I-
for like 2 years, and then you guys were untimed for like half a year.
But then we got better. Right, Mordecai?
Yeah. Yeah. It got better when we left that fucking hellhole.
There's our one.
Yes, the literal hellhole.
Yes, literal hell. I'm not even sure
Mordecai,
that
you
that's what
should watch your language. We're in public.
He just gives you a very narrow-eyed stare. It's just like, really?
I mean, we are.
Yes, we are.
There's children around here.
I mean, that's not my problem. Whatever.
Well, you should be more considerate.
You walk by the art collectible place where NORALLIE was caught for stealing. The window has been repaired since, I mean, just looking inside through the window, there's a couple people in there. Things seem to be normal. As you are going through, Mordecai, this is close-ish to where your mom's place is. So there's that to consider as well, because she was by the more well-to-do district. But you do find
Actually, it might not be a bad idea to pop in and say, "Hey, we're gonna head out for a while. Don't know when we're getting back."
Okay. Do you want to do that together? Or do you want to split off while the others continue to Huron's place?
And if NORALLIE is gonna go off to Huron's, I'm just gonna mention that I'm gonna stop by my mom since it's on my mind.
Okay. Selene, do you want to go there as well?
I'm thinking that's a good idea, considering, you know.
Oh, tell
What was that you cut out?
What?
your mom I said hi.
Will do.
Okay. Who wants Bright?
I think Bright should go with NORALLIE.
Okay. Yeah, she'll go and look at the silvers and gems and other things that he might work with as well. All right, so we're gonna have you stop by Huron's first. We'll put the quick spotlight there. One of the employees in his store greets you, tells you that he is in the back workshop still putting some finishing touches on things, but you're welcome to stick around until he's finished. But he did ask to not be disturbed until he can finish concentrating um, and doing the fine little scrimshawing and other filigree in the horns.
Yeah, filigree is exceptionally difficult work, so
I'm gonna look at all the display items.
Yeah. Whatever would mark his style, you certainly see his own, and of course he comes from a family of other silversmiths as well. So broadly, there's the maker's mark of his family, and as you've come to know him, he has a particular, manifestation of his work, and you can see you can see others as well. There's different fine pieces, definitely a lot of things that would really be a decorative piece, but it being decoration would contend with the remaining money that the Chroma Company has. So like an extreme luxury item. You do see that there are some things with a bit of a Shadowhar flavor to them, but for the most part, things here are more traditional to Mesotopia, and in particular to Mesomasca itself. As this family has been around for a while, has made a living doing this, has become known and prosperous for it. So there are things that might have been made, or it might have been a commission, or just as a way to try and get Shadowhari to be interested in these more traditional luxury items, to put them in the shape of maybe animals that were learned about that exist up there in the extreme northeast. There are some customers that do come in and out. A couple things are mulled over, are purchased, and Bright's just doing her own thing. Unless there's anything specific you wanted to do in this meantime, time will pass and you will get to meet with Huron.
Yeah, nothing specific. Just
Okay.
browsing.
Okay. The two of you are invited back, although Huron sees you two, then looks down, sees Bright. I'm sorry, Bright. Bright, was it? Yes. You can come back as well if you'd like. He looks to you like he gives a bit of a sorry, like he didn't see her there, like he didn't expect her and didn't see her. You go back to his private studio. You can see where he keeps all his tools. He has various supplies, and with him having this, the tiefling's gift of being born of fire, is used to being in very hot places. You can see where Huron uses that gift as a part of his artisanry, because he and others, other tieflings who are artisanal, especially when it comes to metals and the like. He treats silver much like a potter treats clay. When it's still hot, he uses his own hands to bend and mold and shape things. And so what you get is, a lot of traditional smiths, obviously, they have heat resistance in different ways with gloves and aprons and such. And the dwarves, for what little dwarven craftsmanship does make it to wherever in Mesomasca for its little sort of home of dwarves in Browbeat, or some things have come down with the Shadowhar. They love forging and fire. They love crafts and even intricate things, but their patterns are are a lot different. Maybe harder angles or robust, um, uh, more robust things. Even if it's jewelry, there's still a weight to them. It's like a part of the presentation. It's solid. It's here. It's a part of that the crafting and the culture and everything that comes with it. What you're getting from Huron, and in general from other tiefling smiths, but especially the talents of your fiance here, is you get.
Boyfriend.
Well, we'll see. Hang on.
We'll see.
You get more organic designs, things that are softer curves. Like these very much do have a handmade look to them as he works the hot metal like it's a clay that would be comfortable to the touch for a lot of other people. And so it just has a more like graceful flowing to it. It has just its own presentation. That is very signature to him, like his family, and then his own take on that. So he comes over and he has the caps ready to go. Almost, it's not quite a crown because they're individual pieces, but he's bearing it over on like a mannequin head. And he shows it off. You're getting to look at his work. And to respect it. He's going over things, and he sits your brother down and says, "All right, now I want to fit these to make sure 100% that these are fitting and that they're comfortable for your horns." And he uses his hands, which are strong, but also are capable of doing very delicate things. Norallie, as I'm sure you're aware, and he places the pieces on. He makes sure that they twist and that they fit in. And the last thing that he does is he'll take the cap for the broken horn for your brother. This one, because it's manufactured more as a cap and not just jewelry. Not that the other jewelry necessarily needs secured, but he wants to make sure, because this doesn't have like the horn to sit on, that he actually has like a little, how a farrier would use nails for a horseshoe. So he has like a delicate little like nail and a little hammer, and so he'll place it on your brother's horn and tip, put a couple finishing touches. But how the cap was designed, and with the nails themselves, which are made of the same material, it actually ends up sitting flush, and it's near seamless. So it's secured, but it looks like it's just sitting there, and it's all one piece. So he's probably going to start with that, because that's sort of the foundation of it. He's reaching over. He ends up in the course of things, though, as he's reaching and he's taking a silver piece off of the mannequin here. Whoops! Wouldn't you know it? He drops it. What a clumsy boy. And he says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on a minute." And he, as Loki's there, Huron gets down on the floor and he reaches for the dropped silver piece, and from there he goes into a kneeling position and turns to you, Norallie, and he says, "Oh, it looks like I found what I was looking for. I'm sorry, Loki. This actually one isn't for you. Norallie, while I'm here, and while you're here as well, I would like to offer you this ring as a promise made now for the future, that I can't claim to know everything that you're doing, but I know it's important to you and to many other people. I'm grateful for it, and for everything that you've shared with me, from what you've told me of your past, to all the struggles you've been through, to the woman you are today. And I would like to continue to enjoy that woman into the future. And so, Norallie, if you'll accept it, I would like this to be a promissory ring to you, so that at some point we can wed.
NORALLIE is internally screaming.
It's just the
This
heat
is
and
actually-
humidity. He's like fanning.
I just started sweating from my eyes all of a sudden.
Yeah,
It's
I'm not crying. My eyes are sweating.
Is it just hot? Is it hot in here? Or is it just me?
And
She
Loki.
turns a much more red shade of purple.
Yeah. What would that be? So we have blurple. We have purple and vermilion. You're purpillion. As you turn a purple vermilion color. And Loki's just like sort of there and as he catches on to what's going on. And Bright what would Bright do? She would
that's
celebrate, but she'd
interesting.
also play a trick in some fashion.
But she would also comment, "Oh, that's interesting."
Yeah. That's or just go,
Okay.
She'll set off some illusory fireworks in the office as to celebrate. Though of course that has several employees rushing in as the popping sounds and lights fill the little workshop. As there's potentially, I don't know, the workshop caught on fire or something. They'll come in to the flashing lights and the pops. They'll see Hiron on the kneeling on the floor before you, and now even more people see what's going on, and at that point, Bright turns the sound effect into the slow clap, and the clapping gets louder and louder, despite there only being a couple people in the room. There's more and more claps that come more quickly, and even the two employees are getting in on it as well. And so, between the four people in the room, you're receiving an applause of 50. And even a couple of the customers are like trying to like peer between shoulders or whatever's going on. So this has attracted a lot of attention. Hiron looks kind of stunned. He's not upset, but this escalated into a lot bigger event than he was thinking it would. And so he's a little flustered as well. Maybe well, let's see. He's more of a gray. I know
he's like a bluish, like a light blue.
Yeah. So I guess he would turn a little blurple then. And no wild magic needed for all these color changes. So yeah, he gets kind of flustered, and as this is going on as well, the fireworks, he kind of gives a startle and actually and now he legitimately dropped your ring, and he's now kind of frantically going to find where it rolled off to. So you just see him crawling around on the floor, looking under everything, and
I'm gonna mage hand to grab the ring, and then I'm gonna cast darkness over everyone else except for me and here.
Oh, all right. Are you are you giving then an emphatic yes through a gesture of some sort? A smooch?
I'm gonna give Kieran a little kiss. Oh, we're gonna put the ring on, and then I'll drop the darkness, and we'll act like nothing happened.
Sure. The darkness will go up. In his frantic search, you grab the ring. He's surprised. He goes to stand up, trips, falls, classic anime style, falls atop you. It's very flustering. It is very also like moo foo foo, as he had fallen in a compromising position atop you. But you are surrounded by the darkness that you had cast, and there's some baffled, huh? What happens? But then there's the acceptance as you two are face to face and rather close, you give a you give a little smooch, mwah,
Yes,
and the darkness falls as you two are.
we get up first.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You sort of. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Like you drop the darkness right as he's trying to get the dust off you, and everyone just sees that he's trying to get the dust off you, but it's the location of his hand in the moment makes for a more complicated scene, we'll say. And Bright even goes, oh my. And Bright goes from light red, which is pink, to a darker red. I guess Bright would go to flush. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, she's a very pink gnome.
So yes, then there of course there's laughter. Then there's authentic, actual like congratulations and cheers after the very touching if bumbling moment. Bright is absolutely proud at the immense chaos that she caused in this moment, as apparently that's what sustains her life force. And
she's a being that runs on pure chaos.
Yes.
Chaotic good for the win.
But as all here present can see, the ring is on. Well, if not your finger, I don't know if you want to make it a custom. It was like it goes on a tail, or it goes on if it is on a ring finger, or if it goes on a horn, or whatever.
It's not a finger.
All right, then it was made for your finger. It fits wonderfully, and it's a beautiful silver that complements your purple very well. So it's some sort of like either a dye or it was some sort of an alloy of something else melted in, but it is a very complementary silver that goes well with your skin tone. So huzzahs and congratulations all around. Your brother is very happy, though. Before we have our cutaway now to Mama Silverleaf, he kind of brings the attention back to himself as he's like, "Can I finish getting my stuff, please?" In a bit of his own selfish, like, I want my stuff too. Come on, I'm happy for you, but give me my stuff. And the rest of the
but only half my horns is done. There's no symmetry here.
So now we will have our cutaway to. We will have our cutaway as Selene and
Mordecai?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was finding the scene that I used for that I used for the apartment. There we go. I think I used that because it was kind of a luxury apartment and it very nicely appointed. And what is this? Delete. Get out of here. No, I'm not going to delete those tokens. I'm going to keep those up. Memories.
Oh, hey, look! It's a pink flame skull, a spectator, and a mutated elven dragon thing. I've never seen those before.
I wonder.
And it's actually with that observation, I'll point out it was at this moment that Mordecai was probably the most normal. Like, he's just a vampire. You know, like, that's excruciatingly plain. And
for hell, yes.
So basic.
Yeah. Just a vampire.
Basic.
So basic.
So yes, we're back in the it was actually more of a townhouse, I think. It wasn't like just an apartment. Like it was part of a building, but like she owned like the part there because you had to, like, there was a couple of floors, etc. Anyway, you go into the townhouse, and your mom is present. It's just her. We'll move these down though, and we'll put your actual tokens in if we even need to. But so yes. Oh, Mordecai, it's great to see you. I'm sorry, things are they're not quite as picked up as I'd hoped that they'd be.
I was just kind of dropping in because we're probably gonna head out again shortly.
Oh, Where are you gonna go? What are you gonna do?
Oh, well... It's hard to explain.
Is it though?
Kinda. We're gonna save the world.
Well, she goes to give a maybe a motherly, like, that's nice, dear, like, not in a condescending way, but just sort of like she's used to just reaffirming, and so she starts to say something, and then from what and how, and does this mean that are you will come back, right?
Well, I plan on it.
This isn't like your father going off to a foreign country or anything, right?
Well, there's that. We're probably going to another country. Somewhere here in the Mesopotamia region. Not sure yet. But there's a... It sounds stupid when I say it out loud. We're gonna go fight a demon, to rescue a dragon, to then go fight a leviathan, and destroy an infection on the world.
I suppose out of context it does sound really weird.
It sounds like something out of a children's novel, yes.
Well, you always were a fan of the old fairy tales. I read many to you, and I know that you had your favorites. I remember you even talking about wanting to grow up and be a hero, like the people in the books were, Mordecai.
Yeah.
But like, what you're talking about, are those from a book, or is this a metaphor or something?
No, I'm being quite literal.
So, just to add a little bit of context, you know how the winters have gotten colder and colder and colder over the past couple of years?
Oh, yes.
Quickly.
Very quickly.
Of course, and actually, this stays in the townhouse, at least, among us. I'm actually grateful that the Shadowheart brought their heating elements to us. Otherwise, I don't know what we do. Hopefully they can get things fixed. And she actually, like, points to, you see that some of these, like, heating pipes have been installed in her townhouse.
Well, let's just say Mordecai and I know the reason why that's happening, and that infection on the wall that he talked about that we're going to go kill. Yeah. And I don't know if I should say this next bit.
You say infection? Is this a disease? Did a plague come down from Shadowheart?
No, not from Shadowheart. From, I don't know, past the moon?
The unfathomable void. Yes.
You know, the stars. Like a...
When you say you're going to a different country, did you mean you're going out there?
No. So, basically, right now, we're helping a friend of ours by defeating a
demon lord.
Yes, a demon of immense power, and yes, I mean that very literally. Yes, those things do exist. Yes, I know it's hard to believe. To save our friend's wife, who just so happens to be a dragon. Yes, I know how it sounds, equally as absurd, but trust me. Stick with me here.
Of course, she was already sitting down, but I mean, she's like leans
We're
forward to
probably
show
not
attention.
crazy at this point, Selene.
They're going to help us go ahead and defeat that massive leviathan that's flying around the fall fire crater. I'm sure you've heard about that, right?
I heard that there was something big in the skies, but not that there's been a lot of trade out that way anyway, but people were avoiding it. I thought maybe it was just a sailor's exaggeration, or that
Oh,
it
no.
might have even
I
been
think-
that. Have you seen that large ship that's been sighted throughout the region lately? No one knows what it is, but it's even the Shadowhar aren't aware. I thought maybe that could have been it or something, but the way that
Yes,
ship
I
looks
am-
doesn't look like a monster.
The
We are-
Leviathan is a bigger monster.
Yes. And then after that occurs,
Wait,
we're going to dive
That's-
to the bottom of that crater and
that's the one that's been eating buildings lately, isn't it? I remember it was a year and a half ago. Someone said that a creature came down from the sky and opened its mouth and it just ate a caravan of wagons, and even at a Shadowheart outpost. I guess it ate part of the outpost too.
Selene just kind of places her fingers to her temple. Delta. Look, that entire thing is another story entirely.
There's two?
Well, here's the thing, right? So there's this big Leviathan thing. It's called the Sky Shadow Leviathan, and it hangs out around the Fall Fire crater.
Yeah.
And then there's the other ship.
So which one eats things?
Until recently, the latter. It's hard to explain, but her eyes tick to Mordecai because in the end, the very existence of the repentance is his fault. Well, it was a former Shadowheart airship that had been that had undergone some transformations through some exceptionally experimental technology, whereupon the parts of a purple worm, a big sandworm out from Aslandia, were grafted onto it, and then it kind of started evolving. And now, instead of just regularly eating things, with the addition of some things that happened, including that if you looked up at the night sky in the direction of Lacuna recently, that massive blast that happened a little while ago.
Yeah.
Now it's the super big ship that's flying around that you may have seen dock here a couple times.
All of that to say that all of this sounds absurd, and
Mordecai, our very existences at this very moment in time are absurd. Completely and totally absurd.
yes,
If,
that goes without
look,
saying.
if we can't share this with your mother of all people, who can we share this with?
True.
Mordecai, Selene, I can't claim to know exactly what you're talking about, but I will say this. If this is what you feel that you must do, you've entertained me, you've made things official, you've gotten married, you have already shown Mordecai that you came back and that you're a different man than when you left, and you've had tremendous growth and thoughtfulness, and I can tell that you've been on your own journey. I don't have to understand what you're doing to know that it means something to you. And if it means something to you, I want to let you know that I want to support you.
Trust me, I have every intention of coming back.
And if we're successful, that means that we're not gonna freeze to death come this winter.
I certainly hope not.
Fingers crossed. Wish me luck. Wish us luck.
Of course, and she stands up and she comes over and she gives each of you just a great big hug. I'm baffled, but I'm also happy. And I want you to... a couple thoughts are going through her mind. When are you leaving?
Probably today.
Oh, there's a slight tinge of guilt with that second O. That is inflected on you. She doesn't feel guilty. It's there's a lot of underlying, like, oh, you're waiting until you leave before you just drop this on me, kind of.
Unless there's something that you like.
No, I'll tell you what. I have something that I can give you before you go. I need just a bit of time. Do you want to stay here, or where can I find you?
Oh, well, I don't know if Norallie's done yet.
I get the distinct feeling that she might be busy, and if need be, I can tell her to wait. They can go shopping.
Yeah. She's fine. She's fine.
So I think we should wait here.
Okay.
She's only internally screaming.
Yeah. I think we have time then. Yeah.
Excellent. Then I want both of you to come with me. I am not going to send you off on the road or the however you're going to get to where you're going. You know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I'm just
right
into the storm.
A little worked up. But Mordecai, before you leave, I am going to bake you a batch of the cookies that you loved so much when you were a child. And Selene, you are going to help me make them because as his wife, it is a recipe that I want to give to you so that you can indulge him.
Okay.
You don't have to do that.
I know I don't, and you don't have to traipse all the way across the world to do whatever you're doing, but you're going to do it anyway. So I'm going to send you off with your favorite cookies, and you have something to remember me by.
You have a feeling in the back of your mind that you should probably make extra. Because of a certain purple tiefling.
Don't worry, Selene will make sure. Selene kind of, like, as she says, you don't have to traipse halfway across the world. Selene, like, she doesn't say it, but internally it's like, well, we kind of all die, you included, if we don't, so... Like, I've already died once. What about you?
I can help, you know. I'm not terrible at cooking.
Mordecai, it's fine.
Nope, he's going to help as well. It's all three of us are going to work in the kitchen. We're going to do this, and we're going to make a mess, and it'll be glorious. And there's going to be enough for you, Mordecai, and I want some to send with you as well, Selene. That way you can share in a part of his past.
I think that sounds absolutely wonderful. To the kitchen we go to make cookies.
Yep. So you're going to go back there. Selene, she's going to hand you an apron, and the two of you are going to start prepping ingredients. Now, this is the question, though, because I don't know offhand. And what is a treat? It could be a cookie or a brownie or something else. What is a treat from Mordecai's childhood that you're going to be making? What is some indulgent delight that you're going to create to take with you?
Thinking about what Mordecai likes.
Could be a cake or a pie or some other sort of it doesn't have to be a sweet. I mean, maybe it is, but she's effectively making you a favorite of yours that's a transportable snack or meal.
Right. I think it's kind of like brownies.
Okay.
Except they're topped with like chocolate fluff.
Ooh.
And a little caramel drizzle on top. And I think they're called wizard's caps.
Chef's kiss. All right. The three of you are going to make wizard's caps in the kitchen. I guess you'll be the one put in charge of making the caramel, because even if you burn the sugar, you're going to end up with what you want anyway. So
right. He's not a terrible cook.
No, I'm playing into the fun from before, but yeah,
he's not great at it, but he's not terrible.
So each of you are going to take on a part. It's not meant as a detriment, but also playing into the memes. Your mom looks at Selene and says, "You look like you could enjoy you are fluffy enough. You can make the chocolate fluff." And so she has Selene over there with the chocolate powder and the whipping cream and everything. And of course, Selene is going to look at you with a couple gestures while that's getting churned. And while your mom's completely oblivious and mixing other things. Yeah, wait till you see her lick the spoon. It's
yeah,
oh yeah. So we have our own fun social interaction moment here, as the three of you take time to make wizard's caps, and Selene will end up learning the recipe, and for this moment, your mom will share stories. Some of them nice, a couple of them, oh, do you remember when? That are tear-jerking, but in good ways, like happy memories, that it's just been so long, especially given everything that you've been through, which has compounded the length of time.
Right.
And yeah, so it's just it's a mix. There's jokes, you laugh, you share, just memories, and a couple embarrassing moments as well. Some sly flirting from Selene, and it's just a very wonderful and mixed time that the three of you are having.
Some blushings, maybe a tear in the corner of an eye somewhere.
Yeah.
Bringing up memories possibly of Corinna and him, having been childhood friends.
Oh, that's right, because you would have indulged in these with her as well.
Yep.
Well then, mixed in with the caramel, which is maybe now a little bit of a bittersweet, because a couple tears of yours fall into the mix.
A little bit of a salted caramel.
Yeah, it's a salted caramel now, with mixed with Mordecai tears, and so you spend this time making these wholesome treats, and you are also getting a container to take with you, and you have 24 wizard cap brownies or whatever.
Mm. And there's just kind of a grin on Mordecai's face as he's like looking for like extra chocolate fluff to just like scoop out with a finger.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can go around the bowl and they're like that's it. Like this is the last dollop of the things that the three of you made in the kitchen.
Save the rest for later.
So
these are going to get swiped by NORALLIE. You know that, right, Selene?
She will. Selene will turn around, and you see that she's already like stuffed one in her face, as she has like chocolate around her lips. As she's just sort of like looking at you from like hunched over, like over her shoulder. Mm. Oh yeah, NORALLIE. We got to watch out for her. As she kind of like dusts off real quick and. Now, mind you, she doesn't have to eat, so this is an instinct, or she's putting on a good show for your mom, or you know, maybe there's this can bring a question. Maybe there's just some things that are so core to a soul that even if they're not necessary, they'll always manifest. But it does look like you did catch Selene in the middle of gobbling up a wizard cap.
How goofy.
She'll say, "Don't worry about the kitchen. I'll clean it. If you have to go, you said that you had to meet with some others. Just take these with you and eat them yourself. Share them, but just take them and let them help you remember. If things are getting tough, or if you're questioning what's going on, or your purpose, or whatever is happening, Mordecai and Selene, I want you to sit, and I want you to have one of these treats, and I want you to just take a moment to refocus yourself and find some sort of comfort, or find something inside of you that you need."
Thanks, Mom.
And she looks at both of you, tears welling in her eyes. "Oh, Mordecai, I love you so much. And Selene, you as well. I wish that I could have gotten to know you more as now family, but there's plenty of time for that. There's more." And she's like weeping, and even as she's doing, like, she just forgets that she still has like some flour and other things. So like her face is like a big mess, as like she has flour on it, but like the fresh tears are like cutting the like her normal skin tone down through the flour and everything, as she went to wipe her cheeks and everything. But there's time for that in the future. You will come back, and we will continue. I won't even just get to share stories of childhood, of Mordecai's childhood. I will look forward to hearing your own, and I will come to learn more stories from you. She composes herself, and Selene, she takes the apron back from you, and bids you, if you have to wash up, you're welcome to do so, since her place is fortunate enough to have indoor plumbing, which is very convenient. And you can wash up and take off to go meet up with your friends who are out shopping, or whatever you told her that they were doing.
Mordecai just gives his mom a hug and kind of like holds the container of the treats kind of close to him for a second before stuffing it in his bag.
as you look, you go to stuff it in your bag, and you're like, at least one of them, because it's in 2 different containers. The one container is like yours, and you remember like she would send you to school with this. It has like Mordecai like written on it, in like in her handwriting, and she like asked you to, like when you were learning your letters to like write your name underneath it using hers as an example or something. And you're like, oh, like this is my container, and you see like a very shaky like Mordecai, and maybe the R is backwards or something like that, and and so yep, it's packed up. You're cleaned up and you are ready to go. You have 2 dozen wizard caps and a touching moment to take with you.
Ah, well. Time to go meet up with NORALLIE, right?
Yes. And there's kind of this kind of grave expression on her face now that she's like at an eye shot of dear Mrs. Silverleaf.
And yeah, Selene, you get to walk away with a couple childhood stories as well of all different stripes. Like endearing moments. Times when because his family is rather connected and well-to-do, and like as like a little like 4 or 5-year-old Mordecai, they were welcoming some muckety muck official, and Mordecai went to bow to greet this official, and as like kid Mordecai bowed, like he just let one rip accidentally, and it just like created a moment of awkwardness, and this really like we really need to impress this client to get the business, like everything has to be perfect. You go over and then like Mordecai wanted to like perform very well and give a proper courtesy bow, and just things happen. But anyway, there you go. You leave, and we are going to go back to. We're going to go back here, and
Mordecai is just kind of like sad grins, but notices that Selene's face is. You said she has a grave expression on her face.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Continue that thought then.
What's up?
And there's a smile that spreads across her face, but there's this bittersweet tone to it. I like her optimism.
That's where I get it from. I have to be optimistic, because if I don't, well, I've been down that road before.
Look, I wholeheartedly believe that we will save all of these people.
That's the plan, yeah. That's certainly my plan.
It's just a matter of whether we survive that ordeal.
Don't talk like that, Selene.
Mordecai. It's a realistic thought.
I know that. But
I subsist off the time of others, and I've been aging you like no tomorrow. Trust me, I've realized.
And that's fine.
It's fine up until the point that it's not sustainable anymore, and it kills one of us and then causes the other one of us to fade away. We're going to do what we set out to do. But unless I become like Raphael, there's not a place in that future for me. There will come a time that this existence is no longer sustainable.
But that's not today.
No, it's not today. But it does mean that it's very likely that I'm not coming back after we step into the mouth of hell, in a metaphorical and a very literal sense. Even if we do end up defeating everyone, we end up killing Shonorith. We become we become heroes. It's likely that will probably take the last bit that's in me. If it doesn't take the last bit that's in me, it'll take the last bit that's in you. And then it's only a matter of time after that. It's not a pleasant thought, but it's a realistic one.
Yeah. If if that dream that I had is any indication, that something bad's gonna happen. I couldn't live with myself. If I killed you, if I killed Brian, if I killed NORALLIE, if I killed Loki, if I killed Jade, just to make it work. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to lose any of you. I've already lost enough. When is enough enough?
Mordecai.
I was able to come back from being a vampire. Why can't I do the same for you? Wouldn't even matter what you looked like so long as you were you.
You know, Mordecai, that I've been long since dead. This isn't my body.
I know that.
I am a creature living off of borrowed time. Willingly given time, but borrowed time. That due has to come eventually, or I pay that back. It's not a pleasant thought, but it's a realistic one.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah, I just wanna... Now you might see, Mordecai, that there's maybe a tear sliding down Selene's face.
He kind of just reaches up and wipes it away.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been afraid of death. I think, more than anything, I just want to be content at the end.
Me too.
We need to go meet up with the others.
The two of you, after this moment, have you continue on your way, and as you are walking, you go from facing each other in this moment where it's almost as if it's just you two that have existed. In a sense that I, as the DM, in control of what you see here. This moment could very well have been illustrated if I put you in the room, the black room with the directionless light, and it's just you two, and the rest of the world just seemed to have fallen away. I'm not saying that's what happened, but, you know, there's this, you have this moment between the two of you, and then it's like everything else remanifests around you as you are in the world, as there are others in it, and, you know, as you emerge from this intimate moment, because intimacy doesn't just have to be, you know, romantic or physical, but this was a moment where the two of you have connected on such a profound level, and the world reappears around you. In fact, as you go to turn to walk towards Heron's, Selene, you are accidentally bumped into, though fortunately this time no one tries to pick your pocket. As in fact, it is a familiar figure as you hear, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Selene, Mordecai." And as the two of you look, it's Lucius, or Lucky, if you want to be familiar with him. He told you could use his nickname if you wanted to. Who is, of course, the romantic interest of your mom, Mordecai.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I walking. I was a little distracted. I'm actually on my way to our townhouse.
yeah, no need to apologize. I was just visiting.
Well, hey, it's a happy accident. It's good to see you. Are you in town for a while?
We're actually leaving tonight.
Oh. She was baking again, wasn't she? As she leaned over to start sniffing a bit.
Mm-hmm. Wizard caps.
Ah, she told me all about those. Fantastic
They're delicious,
things,
right?
Oh, absolutely. I'm very jealous that you had those in such abundance. Well, anyway, if you're taking off from there, I'm not going to keep you. You're in town to do what you're going to do. Hey, if you need anything, let me know, all right? And he gives you that kind of shoulder punch.
Yeah, sure, Lucky.
Selene, again, I'm sorry.
That's not a problem.
And hey, I mean, he looks to you and he leans over in kind of a moment of confidence with you, Selene. He's like, maybe there's a bit of a, you know, both of us are part of the family, and so while we're maybe the outsiders that have been brought in, I want you to know that I am very much, well, I don't know if you want a peer or a father figure or whatever, but just know that whatever it is, I'm here for you as well. Maybe even more so because of our circumstances.
Thank you, I'll keep that in mind.
Besides, we gotta prove that we married into the family for more than just the money, right?
Selene just kind of looks at the, kind of just internally is glancing at Mordecai and the fact that they're both probably a couple of the most powerful beings to exist in this world at this point. I suppose that is something to prove. Yes.
Well, I'm glad I got the chance to talk. I'm gonna continue on my way, though. You know where we're at.
Yeah, we'll be around next time we're in town.
Yeah.
Good. Well, hey, let me know next time too you stop by. And he gives both of you a wave. Tells you, hey, I'll see you around, and he sort of disappears into the crowd.
He's a good guy.
Hmm.
We should get going, yeah?
Yeah.
Been doing a lot of thinking lately, actually, about the whole bringing people back thing. Doing a lot of praying on it. Still don't have any answers. But who knows? Maybe.
Maybe.
You walk and talk, and you make your way to the silver the store, the jewelry store, and it looks like there's a bit of a hubbub. In fact, as you're walking in, there are some people who are carrying some flower bouquets, and someone who has some sort of food that's being delivered as well. And as you walk in, it looks like there's it's a party. It's not exactly, it looks like one that's been planned. There's not like a bunch of streamers up or a banner or anything. But there are some people who are there, and the people who are delivering the food bring it in and leave it on one of the main counters. The flowers are also dropped off, and the people who were the delivery, they just dropped it off and left. So it's not like they're there to arrange or do anything. And there is Bright. There's Loki, there's NORALLIE, and there's Hiran as well. So the 5 of you are together. But what I'm going to do is right here, I'm going to give us a 10-minute break. And for all of you out there, go do what you got to do. Enjoy the custom music on our break screen. And if any of you have a sub to re-up, or if you have any bits or anything, if you put that through on the break screen, you'll see something fun happen if you watch the cupcake that Bright's holding. So we will come back in about 10 minutes with all of you reunited, and we'll continue from there. So everyone out there in the audience, I'll see you soon.